So yesterday we saw our first look at the upcoming Season 2 Reloaded update for Black Ops 6, and unfortunately, I won't be around to cover it this next 10 days, so I wanted to take a little bit of time in our sort of last chance here to talk about this update before I just won't have the ability to do so. So today we're taking a first look at this, if you will, dissecting what we know is coming, what we've seen rumored, and everything in between. So drop your thoughts below. What do you think of the upcoming update for Black Ops 6? Are you looking forward to anything in particular? Drop your thoughts, make sure to drop a like if you enjoy the video, and make sure to subscribe for more Black Ops 6 and other FPS coverage I'd love to have in the community. But for now, let's get into it. So firstly, yesterday we saw our first teaser for what's upcoming next week with Season 2 Reloaded. In this, we see a sort of zoom out from the skyscraper in Urzikstan, and we start to see then the pan down to the manhole cover, which after a little bit of conversation, you start to see that push up, and well, you have the 4 Ninja Turtles pop out of that. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Call of Duty's collaboration is 100% confirmed. What it entails, we don't exactly know just yet. That's going to be something that is revealed later next week here, probably on Monday is when I'd guess, but it is something we now officially know that the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles collaboration that we've seen leaked for ages is indeed a thing. It's not just some crazy conspiracy theory. It's real. But again, that's the teaser here for what's upcoming. And beyond that, we're likely going to see at this point the actual reveal happening sometime probably around Monday or so leading into next week, and what is presumably then going to be the update on Wednesday or Thursday, 19th or the 20th here that we'll end up seeing this. But for the content that we know is still coming, there's actually a handful of things we know, of course, actually confirmed to be coming with this update, and then a few things that are still a little bit leaked items, but relatively looking like they're going to be the case. As for the stuff that we know is going to be coming here, let's start on the multiplayer side of things. For content, we know of 2 additional maps coming at mid-season, the maps of Grind and Bullet. Now, Grind is a remaster here, first seen as a DLC map within Black Ops 2, then it was a map brought back up into Black Ops 4, and then in a continuing pattern of every other Black Ops game, we're going to see it once again in Black Ops 6. Honestly, I really enjoyed Grind all the way from back in the day. Liked it in Black Ops 4, so looking forward to jumping in and playing this again within Black Ops 6 and seeing how the pace of play changes anything that may go along with how this map plays. But we also end up seeing Bullet, a 2v2 face-off map, so you can play upwards of 6v6, but also available in gunfight at that point. This one, based off the imagery that we've seen so far, it looks to be a very claustrophobic map, a very linear map, similar to what we had with Lifeline, where it's a lot of a tug of war here, where it's going to be just back and forth, no real flanking routes or anything like that. So it's going to be seemingly some chaotic, frenetic action. Might be up your alley, might not be, but those are the 2 maps we know will be coming at mid-season. We also have a special weapon attachment here coming for the Belt-Fed mod. This is going to be available for the LMGs and will be an event reward here. Probably coming with the event that we're going to touch on in just a second, but we end up seeing that this is going to add an, and I quote, extreme amount of ammo that's continuously fed to the weapon through sustained fire. The trade-off with this is that the weapon may overheat, so you're going to have to let it cool down if you end up consistently holding down that trigger. So we've seen this happen with other attachments in the past, like the Cordite in Black Ops 4 ended up having an ammo mod that allowed for this as well. Extreme amounts of ammo, but it was something that after, I want to say, like 5, 6, 7 seconds, you did have a cooldown period. So it is going to be reintroduced in the way of the LMGs here within Black Ops 6. We're also going to have the new perk of Hunter's Instinct at mid-season, where this one's going to be interesting because it says eliminating an enemy marks the next closest enemy for you. So kind of like a ping, maybe based off of Tracker, or perhaps giving a sort of Oracle effect from what we've seen in prior Call of Duty games, seeing an outline of an enemy through walls perhaps. It's not exactly detailed beyond that, but a really interesting perk concept on paper, but we'll have to wait and see if it is actually worth running or not. If it is something you're interested in trying out, it is a Perk 2 Enforcer slot, so that is going to be something that also has to contend with the likes of Assassin, Bruiser, Engineer, Tracker, Forward Intel, Dispatcher, and Fast Hands, though if you are trying to keep that sort of Enforcer bonus alive, I don't think Bruiser or Assassin you can really go wrong with in terms of substituting another perk for that, but we'll have to wait and see. Also, in the way of class building, you'll have the new Wildcard of Fly Swatter coming at mid-season as well, where this will allow players to replace their dedicated melee weapon slot with a launcher. So if you are somebody that is still going for your camos, or you're going for 100% or challenges, you can end up getting some of these things done a little quicker and not having to sacrifice a secondary weapon like a special or like a pistol. I would be curious if this also then translates to the point where you can take a melee weapon as a secondary, but I would imagine not. But anyways, that will be available as well. For zombies, the big thing here with this, because we saw basically all of the larger zombie stuff come at the seasonal launch, is we're going to see the directed mode for the tomb, allowing you to have that sort of guided pathway to completing the Easter egg. So if it is something you are interested in getting the exclusive rewards for doing the Easter egg here before directed mode comes around, that's something you want to make sure that you do before this upcoming week. So just keep that in the back of your mind. And then Warzone, well, the sort of lackluster season in terms of what is coming in terms of content. We saw one perk introduced with this season recently with the events, but we'll also see the perk of low profile introduced as well. This being a perk 1 slot and giving you the ability to move quicker while crouched or prone, and also being able to move slightly faster when downed. So in regards to content for Warzone, not a whole ton there, but as we've talked about before, kind of feels like Season 2 is more of a course correction and trying to prep things before the, what is rumored to be Verdansk launch with Season 3. So I don't know that big picture on the season as a whole, this was something that a lot of people may have been anticipating content in droves, but obviously 2 perks for an entire season with some gameplay changes. The gameplay changes are welcome and nice, sure, but it's still a relatively dry season. But beyond that, we end up having a few things that have been leaked. For multiplayer, and this kind of applies to the game overall for both Zombies and Warzone beyond that as well, we know of a few weapons that have leaked of the skateboard, katana, sais, nunchucks, bow staff, and recently leaked is the D13 sector, what people are believing is that, as a blade launcher was found in the files as of the Season 2 Reloaded update. But that sounds like a lot of melees, right? Well, that's because we're looking at another crossover like we saw with the teaser of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So akin to some of the other major crossover things, probably most recently of the Squid Games event, fingers crossed, no paid reward tier pass on that, but we're going to see a lot of other things coming with those weapons. It seems like based off of that teaser, we're going to have all 4 Ninja Turtles as separate operators, or that'd be my guess. We saw that happen with the items within the Squid Games event most recently. Aside from that, we're also apparently going to, from leaked game files, have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles events and LTMs akin to like the boys events in Modern Warfare 3 and Modern Warfare 2. We're going to have LTMs where there are these special abilities that will change the gameplay itself in each of these matches, just in the LTMs, not in the overall core gameplay experience. But those are your leaks. And ultimately, while I'm happy to be wrong, this is another mid-season update that isn't like a massive offering, but still is something where a lot of cool things are being introduced, finishing off the rest of the season. And of course, with this being a smaller season here at this, getting us closer to Season 3 with a decent haul to go along with that. It's not like we're waiting another 6, 7, 8 weeks to end up having the next season launch after this update, but instead, we're only going to have like 3.5 to 4 weeks at that point. So very much so looking forward to being able to jump back in after I return home and playing all of this kind of stuff late. Once again, we're not going to have any coverage, unfortunately, of this in the next week or so. I was hoping to see the update and everything revealed earlier in the week. Usually this stuff happens about a week out, but unfortunately, COD timing was not on my side here at this, but wanted to take one final look at this here while we had the opportunity to before the seasonal update. But for now, that's going to wrap it up. Let me know your thoughts down below. Are you looking forward to anything in regards to Season 2 Reloaded? Anything you're hoping to see come alongside what we've already talked about? Let me know. But if you guys enjoyed the video, you found it at all insightful, do me a favor and drop a like on it. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a single thing regarding all things Black Ops 6 and other FPS content. I'd love to have you in the community. But for now, thanks so much for watching. Mine has been Espresso. I'll see you later. Take care and peace.